Check 2 1 2.
Check 1 2.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
A pleasant evening to you from UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. It is Utah Valley and the University of Utah in a midweek baseball matchup. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. The Wolverines about ready to take the field here in Orem, and with that, I will send it over to Ryan with the lineups.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup first for the visiting University of Utah Utes, who come in with a record of 12-21 on the year. Leading off will be second baseman Oliver Dunn. Sophomore third baseman Riker Tom hits in the third spot. The right fielder Eric McEllis will hit in the 3 spot. Shea Kramer at first base hits cleanup. Zach Moeller, the DH, hits 5th. Chase Fernland, the shortstop, will hit 6th. Briley Knight in left field hitting 7th. Jaden Kiernan, the catcher, hitting 8th. And then Chandler Anderson, the center fielder, rounds out the order and will bat 9th. Defensively for Utah Valley in the outfield it will be Ryan Eastburn in left, Michael Beltran in center. Over and right, it will be Alexander Marco. On the infield, Mick Madsen will be at third. At short will be Trevor Howell. Cody Hall at second. Over at first, Payson Hayes. Behind the plate will be Drew Sims. And pitching for Utah Valley will be Mason Gray. Gray making his 8th appearance. He's making start number 6. He's gone 17 and a third innings this year for Utah Valley. He's given up 25 earned runs, 19 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .356 off the right-hander. And so one of the big things Mason Gray needs to do early on, throw some strikes, stay ahead of these hitters, Jordan, and just try to not worry first time he gets in trouble.
Indeed. The last time we saw Mason Gray, it was at Air Force on April 8th. He went 4 innings and gave up 5 runs, 4 of which were earned in that game. So he has not pitched for a couple of weeks. Getting back out on the hill tonight. We'll see how far into this game Mason Gray will go. These midweek matchups are a little shaky bullpen-wise for both teams, with weekend WAC and Pac-12 series coming up for both these clubs. Utah Valley heading to Bakersfield, and the Utes are heading down to Westwood to take on UCLA. So we are ready to go from Orem on a beautiful evening. Blue skies above. So here is Oliver Dunn stepping in, a left-handed hitter, the Utes' best hitter, hitting .377 on the season. Gray, the right-hander, from the windup. The first pitch of the ball game is a fastball that misses high for ball 1. The first pitch at 6:02 local time. The game time temperature 66 degrees. The 1-0 coming from Gray. A fastball swung on and popped back and out of play. And it's 1-1 to Dunn. I mentioned Dunn's team high .377 average. He has tripled 3 times this year, hit 3 home runs, knocked in 20 men. He has an on-base percentage of .478. The 1-1 to him. A swing and a foul back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Dunn went 1 for 2 with 3 walks in Game 1 of this season series a week ago up in Salt Lake City. Gray facing the Utes for the first time this season. The 1-2 pitch, curveball, misses inside, and it's 2-2. Sims wanted that pitch on the outside corner, so Gray does not get the call. The home plate umpire, Blake Jensen. Travis Roberts is at first, and Brandon Vandermeed is the third base umpire. The 2-2 swung on and missed. A breaking ball. That's a big first out, retiring Dunn. A nice job by Mason Gray. And here is Riker Tom. Riker Tom had a nice night a week ago. Went 2 for 4, 3 runs scored against the Wolverines. That's a game the Utes won 11-5 as a breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Tom. Hitting .331 on the year, 11 RBIs, no homers. The 1-0 pitch, curveball, and a beauty right there on the inside corner. Thigh high, and it's 1-1. Both of these teams lost 2 of 3 over the weekend. Utah Valley dropped to New Mexico State, and the Utes lost 2 of 3 to Arizona State. A swing and a miss at a high fastball, and it's 1-2 to Tom. McGillis on deck, no score, top of the first inning. These teams just playing twice this season. The 1-2 pitch from Gray. A fastball misses outside at 90 miles an hour. That's the highest velocity we've seen here in the top of the first from Gray, 2-2. From the windup, here it comes. Fastball misses up high, and the count is full.
Mason Gray's one of those guys, Jordan, that you really think about it. Maybe not right this second this year, just because making that adjustment to college baseball, but you have to like the potential down the road in a year or two with his stuff, being able to get to 90 right now as a freshman.
There's a swing and a drive into left center field. Beltran scooting to his right. Now he leaps at the last moment and snags it. That one almost sailed over the head of Beltran. The wind is gusting out towards center field, and that ball kept carrying. Tom hit it hard, but Beltran tracks it down. So with 2 outs and the base is empty, here is Eric Migueles, the senior left-handed hitter. The Wolverines would love a clean inning to begin this ball game. The pitch, curveball swung on and fouled off to the left. So Gray not afraid to throw the first pitch breaking stuff here in the first inning. 0-0 our score. The 1-strike pitch, a fastball misses high and away, and it's 1-1. The Wolverines are currently on a 4-game skid against the Utes, trying to snap that tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Migueles swings and misses at a fastball in the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Marco playing deep in right field. Migueles does have 6 home runs on the year. He leads the Utes in that category. More fans filing in on Athlete Appreciation Night. There's a low liner caught by Hayes at first base, and the inning is over. A nice job by Hayes diving to his right. A nice job by Mason Gray. We head to the last of the first inning. It's the Utes 0, the Wolverines coming up.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
The latest from KSL5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Last of the first inning, Trevor Howell to lead things off for Utah Valley. Dustin Schramm on the mound for the Utes. We will set them up defensively in just a moment, along with Utah Valley's batting order. Howell swings and pops the first pitch up. Foul territory on the first base side. Kiernan, the catcher, over near the on-deck circle, and he dropped it. So an error committed by Kiernan. That's a play he needs to make. And Howell will live to see another pitch. The 1-strike pitch from Schramm. A swing and a looping liner. That's going to fall in left field in front of Knight as he cuts it off just in front of the track near the short porch. 305 down the left field line here at UCCU, and there's a man on with nobody out.
And that's where that error really comes back to hurt Utah. Let's take a look at the lineup for Utah Valley. Trevor Howell led it off, followed by Michael Beltran in center field. Ryan Eastburn will hit third. Alexander Marco hits in the cleanup spot, followed by Payson Hayes. Mick Madsen, the third baseman, will hit 6th. Cade Polston will DH and hit 7th, followed by Drew Sims and Cody Hall.
Beltran hitting .346 on the year. 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Howell held on by Kramer at first. Here it comes from Schramm. He swings and lifts this one down the right field line. Miguel is going back now in front of the track in the corner near the foul pole. He makes the grab. And there's one away. So Beltran did not get all of that one, but again, just very short down the right field line, just .312 here at UCCU.
We'll take a look at the defense tonight for the Utes from Utah. Leading off will be left fielder, Briley Knight will be in left field. In center will be Chandler Anderson, and right Eric Miguelis. On the infield, Riker Tom, Chase Fernland on the left side with Oliver Dunn and Shea Kramer. Over on the right side, catching will be Jaden Kieran.
Eastburn, a left-handed batter, takes a fastball outside for ball 1.
Dustin Schramm will be on the mound. He's 1-1 this year with a 6.38 ERA, making his 11th appearance and 3rd start. He's gone 24 innings for Utah this year, allowed 17 runs, all earned, has walked 12 and struck out 22. Opponents hitting .350 off the right-hander.
A man on, 1 out here in the last of the first. No score as Eastburn takes a fastball on the outside corner called for strike 1. 1-1 to Eastburn, who hit his first home run of the season on Saturday afternoon. That came in the bottom of the 9th inning with the Wolverines trailing by 2 runs. It was a solo shot as Howell dives back to first. Schramm throwing over there. So Eastburn looking to stay hot at the plate. Schramm, the last time he pitched, it was this past weekend against Arizona State. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs. Trying to work around a leadoff single here. A swing and a slow roller foul on the first base side, and it's 1-2. Eastburn with a .356 average, 13 RBIs. He was hurt for almost the entire first half of this year, but he has come back strong. From the Los Angeles area, a slightly open stance. Schramm from the stretch. Dunn, the second baseman, pulled way over on the right side with the left-handed hitter at the plate, and Eastburn takes a ball just below the knees. That was close. 2-2. The wind is blowing out toward right center field at the moment, although it's calmed down from the winds we saw in the top of this inning. The 2-2 to Eastburn. Schramm taking a long time. Now he comes home. A swing and a ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Howell's going to try to go first to third. Here comes the throw from Knight. It is wide of the bag and late. That's a great read by Trevor Howell. That ball was hit right to where the shortstop would normally be positioned, but Fernland was pulled up the middle with the left-handed hitter at the plate. So the shift backfires on the Utes. It wasn't an all that radical kind of shift, but it works for Eastburn. First and third, just 1 out. The Wolverines do not need a base hit to put a run on the board and take an initial lead in this game. Here is Alexander Marco. Marco hitting .327. He leads Utah Valley with 6 home runs on the season. Runners on the corners. The pitch to him, and a curveball stays up high, ball 1.
Well, Briley Knight made a great play on that, because you have to remember, Jordan and I can see this, but those listening on the radio side especially can't see it. He's left-handed, so for him having to make that throw to the left side, going away from his body, he has to stop and turn. It's not like just coming straight onto the baseball.
Indeed, a curveball misses inside, 2-0 to Marco. So that, again, a great decision by Howell, a smart move. He never stopped hustling. He was thinking third base all the way on that single. 2-0, to Marco. Schramm laboring here in the first. The 2-0 pitch from him. A fastball swung on and lined into left. That's a base hit. Howell will come in to score. It is 1-0 Utah Valley. An RBI single for Marco, number 33 on the season. He leads the team and a big first run for the Wolverines. Utah Valley has struggled so mightily when they've fallen behind this season. That's an important first run. So now runners on first and second for Payson Hayes. Eastburn, the lead runner. Still just one out in the inning. Hayes has had a lot of strikeouts this year, but he does have power. He swings and hits that one deep to left. Knight, now coming in front of the warning track, makes the grab. I thought that ball was hit better initially off the bat. Hayes flies out on the first pitch he sees, and there are two gone. On a warm night, the ball should carry pretty well here at UCCU Ballpark. Here's Matson with two down. Mick Matson was the big hero on Saturday, or I beg your pardon, Friday night. He tied the game with his first collegiate home run in the 8th inning with 2 outs. Then in the 9th inning with the bases loaded and the game still tied, he hit a walk-off single. 2 men on, 2 men out. The pitch, Matson takes a fastball on the outside corner, belt high for a strike. Overall, Matson hitting .281. 1-0 Utah Valley. We're in the last of the first inning. Schramm, the Utes right-hander, a freshman, trying to limit the damage. There's a breaking ball on the outside corner. That's a curveball, a good-looking one, and it's 0-2. That is not a big 12-6 curveball. It almost looks kind of like a slurve type action, moving across the plate away from the right-handed batter. Marco at first, Eastburn at second. They both singled. The 0-2 and a changeup misses up high, and it's 1-2. The wind now has shifted and is gusting out towards center field. The Utes deep and straight away in the outfield. 1 run on 3 hits in this inning for the Wolverines. There was also a Ute error. Polson would hit. He's on deck if Matson were to reach. Schramm comes home. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Utah Valley gets a run on 3 hits. They leave a pair stranded. We go to the second inning. Utah Valley 1, the Utes nothing.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
1-0 Utah Valley with the lead as we head to inning number 2. It will be for the Utes, Kramer, Moeller, and Fernland. Knight would bat should any of those first 3 batters reach. He's a left-handed batter, Ryan. The pitch from Mason Gray. A fastball swung on and lifted high into left center field. Beltran digging toward left center as he was in straightaway center field. And he puts it away, 1 away.
The crazy thing is Briley Knight grew up in Corvallis, about 45 minutes where I'm from, and played at Crescent Valley High School. I know all this other stuff, being prepared for the broadcast, but I can't know if a guy's right or left-handed.
Well, you mentioned it's my fault as well. You mentioned in the top half of the inning as Moeller takes a fastball up high, ball 1 that he throws left-handed, and that's one of the reasons that Howell was able to take third on the Eastburn single, and I just took it for granted. I said, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I thought he throws right-handed, we found out, in between the break as we looked out into left field. So,
which I stand behind what I said, because still he was going away from his throwing hand, still had to field it and then turn around and throw it.
Yeah, you
right. I just mixed up his hand.
You just misspoke. It was the point remains. There's a pitch fouled off, and it's 1-1 to Mueller. The designated hitter swings and misses at a curveball here, a good one from Gray, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gray had a very clean inning, retired the Utes in order in the top of the first. Mueller, hitting .254, a junior with 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. Gray winds and fires. Curveball. Ooh, that looked pretty good. Right there on the inside corner, Blake Jensen says no, just off the plate, and the count is even at 2-2. Gray peers in. Now he kicks and comes home. A fastball is chopped to shortstop. Howell gloves it, throws across, and Mueller is retired. 2 away. 1-0 Utah Valley. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Dexter and Dexter Law Firm. Voted the best law firm in Utah for the 6th straight year. So here is Fernland. Base is empty, 2 gone. 272 he's hitting. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. The pitch to him. Fastball, check swing, and foul to back to the screen. Oh and 1 to him as Gray winds and comes home, and a curveball gets away from him. Low and away, it's 1-1. Well, Utah Valley has not had a whole lot of innings this year in which they've retired 6 in a row to begin the game. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner at 88 miles an hour, and it's 1-2, but that's what Mason Gray's trying to do right now. He has retired 5 Utes in a row. His club leads 1-0. The last time these two in-state rivals will face each other this year. There's a line drive, base hit into center field. Fastball left up in the zone. That's the broadcaster's curse right there. And the Utes have a man on with 2 outs. So Briley Knight will hit from the left side. As Ryan mentioned, the freshman out of Corvallis, Oregon. Speaking of Corvallis, number 2, Oregon State, was upset last night by Nevada. A big win for the Wolfpack in Reno. An extra inning game that the Beavers dropped. The pitch to Knight misses way outside, ball 1. So the first time Gray is into his stretch. We'll see if that messes with his rhythm at all. It should be tough for the batters to see the baseball here right now. The pitcher's mound is in the sunshine, but the batter's area is in the shade. The 1-0 pitch. Knight takes a fastball up high. Now it's 2-0. The Utes already visited Corvallis this season. They were swept by Oregon State. They took the Beavers to 11 innings in Game 3, but ultimately dropped those games. The 2-0 pitch coming. Here it is. And Knight takes a fastball high and away, and it's 3-0. So Gray was in a great rhythm working from the windup, but now with a man at first base, he's having a tough time finding the strike zone. Of course, Utah playing in the Pac-12, one of the best, if not the best, baseball conference in the country. A fastball catches the inside corner, and it's 3-1 to Knight. The freshman hitting .265, 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Fernland is at first. He's singled with 2 outs. With Hayes holding on the runner, there's a big hole on that right side of the infield if Knight were to pull one. Here's the 3-1. A swing and a miss at a fastball low in the zone, and the count is full. So Fernland will be taking off with the pitch. Hayes will not hold him on. Try to clog up that hole on the right side. 1-0 Utah Valley. Top of the second inning in Orem. Gray from the stretch. There goes the runner. Fastball misses off the outside. Ball 4. So a single and a walk, all coming with 2 outs in this inning, and the catcher, Jaden Kiernan, will come to the plate, looking to tie the game with a base hit.
You talked about the Pac-12, Jordan, and them having being one of the better baseball conferences really the last couple of years. A down year for the Pac-12, but I know some people saying somewhere between maybe 5 or 6 teams getting into that regional conversation. Right here, they don't have a conference tournament, so for teams in the Pac-12, there's only about another month or so of work of a resume builder that they could have.
The pitch to Kiernan. The fastball misses low and away, ball 1. Kiernan has had just 18 at-bats this season. He has 6 hits, 2 RBIs. First and second for the Utes here in the second inning. 1-0 Wolverines. 2 outs. Gray trying to work around the single and the walk, and a ball misses high, and it's 2-0. So now he falls behind Kiernan, somebody he wants to definitely go after. Chandler Anderson, he has struggled at the plate this season. He is on deck. More fans filing in here in the early innings on a beautiful night for baseball. Gray set. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball poured in there right down the middle, and it's 2-1. Gray retired the first 2 men he faced in this inning, and he gave up a single with 2 strikes to Fernland and then a walk to Knight. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a high fly ball into right. Marco going back, still going back on the track. He leaps, he can't get it. It's going to one-hop the wall. Coming in to score is Fernland. Knight is hustling around third. He scores, and the Utes take a 2-1 lead. And that hurts if you're Utah Valley and Mason Gray. Yeah, the base is empty with 2 outs, a single, and a walk. And Kiernan picks up his 7th hit of the season. And Utah has the lead. So here's Anderson. The Utes not done. Kiernan in scoring position. Marco made a nice effort on that ball, but it sailed over his head. Now Gray's got to bear down and keep this inning from getting out of control. A fastball misses low and away. Ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Chandler Anderson, a senior, hitting just 193. 1 home run, 12 RBIs. In 114 at-bats, he has struggled this season at the plate. The 1-0 pitch coming to him. Fastball, spoiled foul, high and off to the right, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gray has thrown 37 pitches now, and he is not out of the second inning. Matson even with the bag at third. Hall, the second baseman, pulled up the middle with the right-handed batter at the plate. The top of the order and Dunn is on deck. A curveball misses up and in, and now it is 2-1. Gray certainly wants to challenge Anderson. Oliver Dunn, the Utes' best hitter, is on deck. The 2-1 pitch as Anderson looks to knock in Kiernan. A swing and a foul ball down the right field line, well out of play. And the count is even at 2-2. Nobody up in the Utah Valley bullpen on a night in which we could see quite a few pitchers. One of those midweek staff nights, perhaps, for both teams. We'll see. The 2-2 pitch coming here to Anderson. A swing and a fly ball into left. Moving to his left, Eastburn shading his eyes from the sun in his face. He makes the grab and the inning is over, but the Utes get 2 back on 2 hits. They leave a man stranded. We go to the last of the second inning. It's Utah 2, Utah Valley 1. Polson, Sims, and Hall, the bottom third of Utah Valley's order, due up in the last of the second. 2-1, Utah leading. Schramm back out on the mound for the Utes. The Wolverines put one on the board in the first inning. They left 2 men stranded on the base paths. On the out-of-town scoreboard, New Mexico State is in a rain delay. They are leading Sul Ross State 12-7. That game delayed in the 5th. Sul Ross State, we weren't sure where that is either. It is a Division III school as Polson takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike. That is a low strike called by Blake Jensen. We have not seen that one called a strike tonight. Schramm from the windup, peering in over his glove. Polson swings and lifts a fly ball into right. Going back is Miguel, is still at the edge of the track. Backpedaling, he makes the grab. And there's one away. Metro State is leading Northern Colorado in the top of the second, 4-0.
They're outside of Denver. I know that much.
Do you know if they're Division I?
I think they're Division II. I think.
Seattle is leading British Columbia 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Purdue, I've heard of them. They're leading Chicago State 10-1. That game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bases empty, 1 out. Sims swings and fouls the first pitch back. A fastball from Schramm, and it's 0-1. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, Incarnate Word leading UT Rio Grande Valley 2-0 in the last of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Metro State. They're in the same conference as like Dixie State in the RMAC there.
The 0-1 curveball fouled back, and it's 0-2. Dixie State, of course, joining the WAC, making the jump to Division I. Not next year, but the school year after that. That'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. The 0-2 pitch, fastball misses away, and it's 1-2 to Sims, who's hitting .252 on the year. 1 homer, 18 RBIs. 2-1 Utah, bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the 2nd inning. Schramm peering in. Now he has what he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses down and in. 2-2. The Utes in the dugout, they wanted that call, but inside and a little low. And Schramm takes a walk. Getting underway later tonight, Grand Canyon is in Tucson taking on Arizona. That game should be getting underway in about a half hour. The 2-2, Sims lines one foul down the right field line. CSU Bakersfield, who Utah Valley will see this weekend, they made the trip down to Riverside, taking on UC Riverside. Later tonight, Cal State Northridge taking on California Baptist, so a couple games in Riverside. Tonight, 2-2 to Sims. Schramm winds and fires. A swing and a fly ball into center field. Anderson coming in. He's not going to get there. It drops in right center, and Sims is in there with a 1-out single. Also, to round things out on the out-of-town scoreboard, Sacramento State is in Berkeley taking on Cal. So here is Hall. Sac State has had a very nice year. They are in first place in the WAC premier matchup taking place this weekend in the state capital of California as New Mexico State visits the Hornets. A man on, 1 out here for Cody Hall. Schramm back into his stretch for the 2nd consecutive inning, and he misses downstairs with a fastball.
There's a lot of series in the WAC this weekend that's going to kind of start to settle some of the bunch we're seeing. And here I think these next couple of weeks, we're going to see a little bit of separation at the top and in the middle, and we're going to kind of open the race up a little bit with after the next couple of weekends. There's only about 2 or 3 more weekends left.
The 1-0 pitch to Hall misses down and in, and it's 2-0. Hall, the 9th-place hitter, hitting .239, no homers, 18 RBIs. Schramm would like a ground ball here. Get him out of the inning. 2-1 Utes. Top 6 in the WAC get into the tournament down in Mesa in late May. The Wolverines just vying for a spot in that tourney. The 2-0 pitch. A fastball lined up the middle, a base hit. Sims will head to second, and the Wolverines threatening here in the second inning. Here is Trevor Howell, top of the order for Utah Valley. Neither the Utes or the Wolverines have had particularly successful seasons. Utah Valley 9-30 on the year. Utah 12-21. The Wolverines currently in 6th place in the Western Athletic Conference. So here is Howell. He singled to begin the ball game. Initially, the first pitch that Howell saw, he popped up into foul territory, and the catcher, Jaden Kiernan, tracked it down near the on-deck circle, but then he dropped it. An update on the out-of-town scoreboard. New Mexico State's game down in Las Cruces has been called due to severe rain and lightning in the area. The 1-0 pitch coming to Howell. Curveball stays up high just above the belt, and it's 2-0. Trevor Howell has finally got the bat going. He really struggled the first half of this season, but he has pushed his average up to 253. I mean, he was south of 200 for a while. 2 men on, 1 man out. The Wolverines looking to tie this game with a base hit. The 2-0 pitch to Howell, a fastball misses high and away, ball 3. Michael Beltran is on deck.
You just kind of thought, watching Trevor Howell, some of those at-bats, it just kind of seemed like he was pressing a little bit, wanting to get it going, which was completely natural. And it seems like here in those last couple of weeks, he's starting to hit the baseball like we've seen Trevor do the last couple of years here.
The senior out of San Diego, a right-handed batter. Here comes Schramm with the 3-0, and Howell takes a fastball on the outside, called for strike 1. Utah currently sitting in 10th place in the Pac-12. They are a game up on Wazoo. Sims singled with 1 out. He's at second. Hall then followed with a single of his own. He's at first. 2-1 Utah. Bottom of the second inning, just 1 out. The pitch to Howell. The 3-1 is swung on and skied into center field. Anderson back. He's under it. And he makes the grab. Sims is not a fast runner. He does not tag at second. In fact, Sims did not even go back to the bag to coax a throw, really, out of Anderson. 2 away, and here is Beltran. Boy, Ryan, we've seen early on the wind gusting out toward right center. The ball certainly is carrying tonight.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen here, especially as the weather, it seems like it hasn't gotten really to the point yet where it's really hot outside. However, it's warmed up enough where I feel like it's just gotten to that point where that ball's got a lot more carry to it, which helps the hitters, especially up here in Utah at a little bit higher elevation. So we'll see here. This is the importance of keeping the ball down here if you're a pitcher.
Beltran takes a curveball that did not break for ball 1. Perhaps it was a changeup. Maybe that's why it didn't break. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Beltran flied out to the right field corner in the first inning. He hit a ball that was not hit all that hard, and it really carried out there toward right. Short corners and deep gaps here at UCCU Ballpark. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a pop fly foul off and to the right. We'll do it again. 1-1. Beltran has had a tremendous year. He comes into the ballgame batting .346. 1 home run, 15 RBIs. He has not had a whole lot of RBI opportunities. That's why the runs batted in are not all that high. Utah Valley has struggled to score runs at times this year. 2 men on, 2 men out. Schramm set at the belt. Fastball swung on and fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Eastburn would bat. Were Beltran to reach. 2-1 Utes. It's the final time these two teams will see each other in 2019. The 1-2, a swing and a foul back to the backstop. That was a changeup way outside, and Beltran just barely got a piece of it to stay alive. Couple of singles sandwiched between 2 outs in this inning. Nobody up in the Utah bullpen. Dustin Schramm, the freshman out of Fresno, rather, ready to go. The 1-2 pitch. Beltran swings and hits one into left. Coming in is Knight. He will make the grab as that ball just hung up there for him. And the Wolverines waste a couple one-out singles. 2 left, no runs, on to the 3rd inning. It's Utah 2, Utah Valley 1.
Let's do this. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. With a purpose on the mission, you get to what you deserving. If it's worth it, you'll be on straight and narrow instead of swerving. Ignore the dream killers and doubters, cause they ain't perfect.
Dang, still a lot of doubters out there. What do you want to tell them?
Thank you for the motivation.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Two to one, the University of Utah leading Utah Valley as we begin the 3rd inning. Top of the order for the Utes, it's Oliver Dunn. He has been tremendous for the Utes this season. Mason Gray back out on the mound, and it is my great pleasure to give you Ryan Pickens with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Jordan. Oliver Dunn stands in and swings at the first pitch and comes up empty. No balls and a strike on Oliver Dunn. Dunn, one of the local players here on this Utah roster, a junior from Salt Lake City, played at Cottonwood High School. And the 0-1 pitch, missing low for a ball, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dunn, a strikeout victim back in his first plate appearance to start the ball game against Mason Gray. And the 1-1 pitch on its way home, and that one foul tipped into the glove for strike 2, and it's 1-2 the count on Oliver Dunn. Mason Gray's pitched pretty well outside of those couple of hits in the walk he allowed in the second, and that big 2-run double came back to hurt Mason Gray last inning. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and Oliver Dunn down on strikes for the second time tonight, and there's 1 gone here in the 3rd. That is strikeout number 2 on the evening for Mason Gray, and here's third baseman Riker Tom.
Man, if you're striking Oliver Dunn out twice, you're doing something right. That guy has been nearly impossible to retire this season. Such a great hitter for the Utes.
Here's Riker Tom, first pitch, misses low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Riker Tom. With the recent success, really, of Utah baseball, the Utes have been able, these last couple of years, to put together pretty good seasons in the Pac-12. There's a 1-hopper right to Cody Hall, comes up with it, throws to first in time, and there's 2 away here in the 3rd. One of the impressive parts of the puzzle has been the amount of players that have came from the state of Utah. Bill Kinneberg has worked the state of Utah pretty heavily in bringing in players here from really all over the state, but mainly from kind of that Salt Lake Valley. Here's Eric McGillis, the right fielder. He lined out to first base, hit a soft line drive to Payson Hayes. Here he'll kind of roll one over to first. Hayes underhands to Mason Gray covering the bag, and the inning is over. Utah goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Eastburn, Marco, and Hayes coming up for UVU on the WAC Digital Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Bottom of the third inning at UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. It will be Ryan Eastburn, Alexander Marco, Payson Hayes coming up for Utah Valley in the bottom of the third inning, as Dustin Schramm will go back to work here. And Utah Valley has been able to get 5 hits so far in the first 2 innings combined off of Schramm, as Ryan Eastburn stands in. Eastburn singled back in the first inning for the Wolverines and then was stranded on the base paths. Eastburn coming in, hitting .364 for Utah Valley, ready to go right here. Schramm will wind and deliver, and the pitch on its way misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Ryan Eastburn. Infield back for Utah. And ready to go here with the 1-0 pitch. Schramm winds and delivers a fastball that misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Ryan Eastburn. Here when you start to get to kind of the stretch run of the college baseball season, the next month or so, leading up to conference tournaments, that's going to be a big stretch as the 2-0 pitch above the belt ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Ryan Eastburn. For a lot of teams throughout different conferences, not just making a race for an opportunity for the conference tournaments or conference championships, but trying to build that resume for a trip to a regional, as a 3-0 pitch to Eastburn on its way gets in there for a called strike at the knees. 3 balls and a strike. So right-hander begins to get loose down in the Utah bullpen. That's senior Austin Moore throwing. 3 balls and a strike. Schramm ready to go as he winds and delivers the 3-1, and Eastburn takes that one outside, ball 4, and Ryan Eastburn's aboard to start the bottom of the third inning.
Well, as you mentioned, Ryan, the Wolverines have had base runners tonight. They have stranded 4 through just 2 innings.
And here is Alexander Marco. Marco, an RBI single tonight to get home the lone Utah Valley run, will stand in. Marco will hit from the right side here. Nobody out, bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-1 lead for Utah. The Utes scoring both of their runs in the top of the second inning. Ready to go, the pitch, and Marco takes that one over on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Shea Kramer at first, holding Ryan Eastburn close to the bag. Eastburn with a pretty decent lead over at first base. Schramm will come home, and Marco takes that one high above the belt for a ball, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike here on Schramm. Eastburn on the season, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Hasn't attempted to steal too much. I think some of it was just getting him back into playing after coming back from an early season injury. But now he seems to be moving a lot better on the base paths. Here's the pitch on its way. Marco takes the curveball high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
The Wolverines have been patient at the plate tonight. Give them credit. They've had some really good at-bats. They've made Schramm throw some pitches, although he's just about where he needs to. Well, he's at 42 pitches coming into this at-bat, so 45, so just a little bit over where he would like to be in the third inning.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one right there on the corner with the fastball in there for a strike, and evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking to be somewhere per inning around 12, maybe 15 pitches or so. You get above that 15, it starts to extend out to a longer inning.
Although, if you're Schramm, perhaps Bill Kinneberg not expecting you to go all that deep anyway, so he can empty the tank a little earlier than a normal starter would.
Marco pops this one up down the first baseline. Shea Kramer going to give it a look, and no one's going to get there as Oliver Dunn and then Magellas came running over. And it's going to end up being a foul ball for Marco, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Alexander Marco.
The bullpens are on the field here at UCCU Ballpark, as they are at Smith's Ballpark, and everybody went scattering as soon as that ball was hit. It was like that scene in Ratatouille when they turn on the lights and all the rats just break out. No? Nothing?
Sorry, I was writing something down, Jordan. I followed you, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Alexander Marco. The pitch on its way, and that one's taken low and inside for a ball. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Alexander Marco. So now this one could get a little interesting here with Eastburn on at first and no score. (2-1) Utah in the bottom of the third inning. Ready to go. Pitch on its way. Marco grounds this one to short. Up with it. They get the out at second. Dunn with the turn to first in time as Fernland goes to Dunn to Kramer for a 6-4-3 double play. Just what you needed there if you're Dustin Schramm. And there's 2 away for Payson Hayes. Hayes flew out to left field in his lone plate appearance. Will stand in. The right-hander Schramm ready to go back to work here as Hayes will stand in. Payson Hayes hitting .235, 23 hits and 98 at-bats. 5 of those hits, though, being home runs, and he swings there and misses. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, he has struggled with swings and misses this season, but if he makes contact, he can send it a ways.
No balls and a strike, they count. Schramm ready to go, winds and delivers this one home, and Hayes swings and misses for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Payson Hayes.
You know, Hayes is just a sophomore, but they say that, you know, he's a leader on this team in the sense that he'll tell guys, discouraged guys not getting hits, hey, keep after it. That's impressive from an underclassman.
The 0-2 pitch, fastball misses high and outside. The ball count moves to 1-2 on Payson Hayes. And everybody seems to have those 1 or 2 guys that tends to have the ability just to fire everybody else up and to kind of motivate them. The tough part is a locker room of 35 guys. Sometimes it takes 35 different ways to motivate players as Hayes fouls that one back to the screen. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Payson Hayes. Over the course of a long season, that can get challenging sometimes, especially if a season hasn't gone according to plan. It can be tough to keep everybody in that locker room motivated. Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way to Payson Hayes. That one misses outside with a changeup, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think that would be particularly difficult for a team like Utah or anyone in the Pac-12 where at this point you're playing for pride. I mean, you're not, you don't have a tournament to try and get into where the Wolverines have had a unsuccessful year thus far.
The 2-2 pitch called strike 3 on Payson Hayes, and the inning comes to an end. We've played 3, Utah 2, Utah Valley 1. It's WAC Baseball on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Top of the fourth inning in Orem. The sun is out. The weather is nice here at the ballpark tonight as Shea Kramer comes to the plate. Kramer, Moeller, and Fernland coming up. 4, 5, and 6 for Utah will face the right-hander Mason Gray in the first pitch. Misses low with the breaking ball. Ball 1 to Shea Kramer. Kramer flew out to center field in his only plate appearance of the ball game here for Utah. Mason Gray ready to come with the 1-0 pitch, and there's a fastball that stays high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Shea Kramer. Ready to go, the wind and the delivery from Mason Gray. And there's a line drive base hit up the middle for Utah. And the leadoff man's on here in the fourth inning as Shea Kramer has the Utes' third hit of the evening, and that will bring up designated hitter Zach Moeller. This is a Utah team that Bill Kinneberg, in his 16th season at Utah, has had kind of an up and down road in conference play. For a while, they were in the Mountain West, and since they went to the Pac-12, they've had some years where it's been tough to put everything together for a full season. Gray ready to come home. The pitch on its way to Moeller. He swings and sends it foul. However, the Utes have made it to a regional a couple of years back. They figured out a way to win the Pac-12 and went to a regional in a year where any other year the Utes wouldn't have won the Pac-12.
Yeah, it was a bit of a down year, you could say, for the Pac-12, but that's an incredible accomplishment by Utah.
There is Moeller, swings and misses at the curveball.
It's hard to imagine a difference. I mean, don't get me wrong, basketball and football, that's an incredible adjustment going from the Mountain West to the Pac-12. But baseball, man, that is such a great baseball conference. And to win the conference, even if it was a slight down year, just amazing what they did up there in Salt Lake City. The same year that Utah Valley made a regional appearance.
There's a fastball high. The snap throw down to first, and getting back underneath the tag is Shea Kramer. To kind of put that into perspective, 2014, Utah went 16-36 overall. They went 4-26 in the conference. 2 years later, 2016, they were 26-29 overall. But they went 19-11 in conference play. Here's the 1-2 pitch, the throw over, diving back. And you put that into perspective with some of the players who have been drafted under Bill Kinneberg here at Utah. Probably the biggest one to come to mind is C.J. Crone, who was a 2011 17th round pick, who spent some good times with the Angels and also, I think, now with the Tampa Bay Rays.
The Twins now.
He was with the Rays last year. There's kind of a swinging, kind of check swing roller out to second. Utah Valley turns 2. Hall to Howell, down to Hayes for the 4-6-3 double play. And Utah Valley able to flash the glove. And with 2 gone, it will bring up Chase Fernland.
It's a great job by Hall at second base. That ball was not hit hard, and he had to hurry and make a backhand flip to Howell at second. A very nice job.
Ferdinand had a single back in his first plate appearance and came around to score.
You talk about C.J. Cron, boy, he had some shots here at this ballpark.
Pitch on its way, the slow curveball misses outside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes here on Ferdinand, the junior from Klamath Falls, Oregon, and Feather River College, where he started his collegiate career. The 1-0 pitch, and there's a kind of a slow roller out to Howell. Up with it, long throw for Howell, but he makes it in time to get Ferdinand, and the Utes go down pretty quickly here. The leadoff base hit is erased by the double play. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning, 2-1 Utah. Utah Valley Baseball on the WAC Digital Network.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart. Let me.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Right now it's a 2-1 lead for Utah, and right now, when we take a look at this here, they're in between inning promotion. They have somebody here named different. I think this one is like Fruits, or I think it's Fruits. And they have a player up on the video board who's been asked this question before. And I'm trying to see who it is tonight. But right here, it looks like the fan was able to get more than the player did. And so that's always fun to see. Here's Mick Madsen for Utah Valley. Madsen, Polson, and Sims, 6, 7, and 8 coming up here. New pitcher on, however, for Utah. We'll get the numbers for him here momentarily, but Dylan Schramm's night has come to the end. The first pitch to Mick Madsen's inside for ball one.
Yeah, the new pitcher, it's Austin Moore. This is his 10th appearance on the year. He's thrown just 8 1/3 innings. Given up 11 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .390 off him, though.
The 1-0 pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Mick Madsen. The final line on Schramm, he goes 3 innings, allows 5 hits, 1 run, which was not earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts.
We saw Moore up in Salt Lake City last Tuesday. He went 2 1/3 and gave up 2 earned runs. Madsen did not play in that game, so this is the first time they are seeing each other.
The 2-1 pitch on its way to Madsen. He's going to one-hop this one out to second. Up with it is done. He'll throw to first in time, and there's 1 away in the Utah Valley fourth. And that will bring up the DH, Cade Polson.
It was Austin Moore who came in the midst of the Wolverine rally in the 6th inning of that game. And ultimately, the first man he faced was actually Polson. He inherited a 2-0 count from Rebar at the time, and he walked Polson with the bases loaded. So this isn't the first time Polson's facing him either. In fact, Moore got Polson to ground into a 6-4-3 double play in the 8th inning as well.
Cade Polson takes the first pitch low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Polson flew out to right in his lone plate appearance of the ball game. Utah 2, Utah Valley 1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-0 pitch. Polson rolls this one over to third. Riker Tom up with it. He'll fire across the diamond in time, and there's 2 away. We saw that patient Utah Valley approach, but the Wolverines are coming out swinging here in the fourth. And here's Drew Sims, who's 1 for 1. He had a base hit back in his first plate appearance. And he'll stand in here looking to see what he can do to help the Wolverines' cause here this evening. Austin Moore, the right-hander, comes home, and that one's going to be fouled away right at home plate. It's the home plate umpire, Blake Jensen, coming out immediately and saying, hey, guys, foul ball. No balls and a strike here on Drew Sims.
Moore, the senior out of Huntington Beach, California. The tall right-hander, 6'3", 190.
No balls and a strike, the count, and the pitch on its way home. That one missing low for a ball. The count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike on Drew Sims. You'd like to see Drew Sims here in the next couple of weeks go on another tear. Just kind of get going and be playing their best baseball at the end of the year. That one swung on, popped up. I think it's going to get out of play, and it will, into about the 3rd row right, or 4th row. Down the first baseline, a fan right there able to make the catch. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drew Sims.
Hey, if you make a play on a ball like that, that's just a pop-up, but barehanded, you don't have to return that to the dugout. You can tell them that Jordan Bianucci said, nope, I make a play like that, that's my baseball.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Sims. That one low and in the dirt for a ball. The count evens up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Drew Sims.
It is important to note that disclaimer will mean nothing. However, I give it anyway.
Ready to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch on its way to Drew Sims. That one inside ball 3. And the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Drew Sims, who was originally down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, now is starting to come back in the count, or in the at-bat, and now has moved the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ready to go. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Low, ball 4, and Drew Sims draws a 2-out free pass here. And that will bring up Cody Hall.
That's an important at-bat and a nice job by Drew Sims, because now even if Hall makes an out, however, he did single in his first plate appearance, the lineup will turn over in the 5th inning for Utah Valley.
And Moore will be ready to stand in. Or sorry, not Moore. Moore's on the mound. Cody Hall's the hitter. And the first pitch on its way to Cody Hall. There's one in just below the knees for a called strike. And it's no balls and a strike on Cody Hall. Trevor Howell and the top of the Utah Valley lineup. Awaiting in the on-deck circle here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 lead for Utah, tying run on the base pass for the Wolverines. The pitch, bunt shown by Hall. He pulls it back and takes, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You'd like to get Trevor Howell out there with runners on. He doubled off of Moore last Tuesday. For what it is worth.
Ready to go from the stretch. Moore kicks and delivers, and that one's fouled off at home plate. Cody Hall, I think, taking that one off the ankle or shin, but he appears to be okay for 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're looking at this Utah schedule, I just kind of caught a glance of it right in front of me here. It's really interesting. They're here tonight. They go to Westwood this weekend to play UCLA. Then they're at home for Cal. They go to Washington. They're home for BYU, Washington State, and UC Davis. So the Utes are going to get used to playing at home here in the next about month or so. They're not going to leave Smith's Ballpark too often.
They will certainly appreciate it. They have not played a whole lot of home games this season.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Cody Hall. That one low, bounces away from Kiernan. He can't find it, and Drew Sims will move up into scoring position here for Utah Valley. Kiernan was looking kind of all over the place for it, frantically trying to find it, and he just couldn't.
The Utes this year at home, they have played just 12 games. They're 5-7. They had a series washed out against Niagara. They got one of those games in, actually, at BYU before Niagara came over here to play a 2-game set.
The 2-2 pitch on its way to Cody Hall. He swings and pops it up. This is going to be playable into shallow center field. Coming in, though, Anderson, who will run it down and makes the catch, and the inning comes to an end. However, no damage is done. We head to the 5th. Utah 2, Utah Valley 1. This is college baseball on the WAC Digital Network.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests. From innovative exercise science, outdoor recreation, to STEM programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am? I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
We move to the top of the 5th inning here at UCCU Ballpark. We want to remind you to stay tuned for following our game tonight for our post-game show, where we'll have the Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. It will be 7, 8, 9, Bradley Knight, Jaden Kiernan, and Chandler Anderson coming up against Mason Gray. And with the play-by-play is Jordan Bianucci.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Gray has pitched well, giving up just the 2 runs back in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Knight is a strike on the outside corner. First pitch changeup from Gray. I wonder if Wilkinson's Trophy could make up some cool patches we could wear, Ryan, that say Utah Valley University broadcaster. Just put them on the sleeve all season long. There's a fastball in at the knees, and it's 0-2 tonight. Get on that, Ryan. Let's find out what that's all about.
I'm just trying to think. Then are we gonna wear like jackets every game?
I say we wear blazers. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-2 tonight. A la CBS, Tony Romo and Jim Nance during the football season. The Navy Blazers with the patch on the breast. That's a sharp look.
That would be that would take some getting used to.
The 1-2 pitch coming tonight. He swings and misses, and Gray strikes him out on 3 pitches. That was a fastball on the outside, a beautiful looking pitch from Mason Gray, the 3rd of the evening, and there's 1 away. Here is Kiernan. He knocked in both of the Utes' run back in the 2nd inning with a 2-out double. A fly ball that sailed over Marco's head and 1 hopped the wall out there and right. Gray from the windup with no runners on. He has been fantastic tonight. A ball in the dirt. Breaking ball that missed. It's 1-0 to the right-handed hitter. For Kiernan, those were RBIs number 3 and 4 on the season. He has had just 19 at-bats. Now 7 hits in those 19 at-bats. Here's a sharply hit ground ball to shortstop. It takes a tough hop off the lip of the infield grass, but Howell handles it, throws to first, and there are quickly 2 down in the Ute 5th. So here is Anderson with the bases empty. 2-1, Utes leading. Anderson flied out to left field in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. Boy, Marco playing very deep in right field with the right-handed hitter at the plate. Gray throws. Fastball misses down low for ball 1. It should get a little easier to see the baseball if you're a hitter now, although some weird shadows as the sun sets behind the first base grandstand. Matson at third base, still just barely battling that sun. He has the sunglasses down. As Anderson takes a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner, it's 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Oliver Dunn is on deck, the top of the Utes order. 2 outs, bases empty in the 5th. A swing and a chopper up the middle. Howell ranging to his left. He gloves it, throws to first to get the runner by a half a step. A nice play by Trevor Howell. Another clean inning by Mason Gray. He has been very good. We head to the last of the 5th inning. It's Utah 2, Utah Valley 1.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Last of the fifth, top of the order for Utah Valley. They have some work to do, trailing by a run. Howell, Beltran, and Eastburn due up. Austin Moore back out on the mound for his second inning of work. He walked a man in the fourth inning when he came in to begin that frame, but pitched around it nicely, retiring the Wolverines. Howell has singled and scored a run. He has also flied out to center field. First pitch in there for a called strike, knee high. Righty versus righty. The one strike offering, a curveball just below the kneecaps, called strike two by Blake Jensen, I beg your pardon. 0-2 to Howell. Austin Moore, the 6'3" senior out of Southern California. Peering over his glove, working from the windup with the bases empty. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, misses outside. That's a good 0-2 pitch at 90 miles an hour. Howell, a good take. 1-2 the count. 2-1 Utes. The Wolverines trying to get their first win against the Utes since 2017. They've lost 4 straight to Utah. The 1-2 to Trevor. Fastball, called strike 3 right there on the outside corner. A perfect pitcher's pitch from Moore, and there's one away. It's Moore's first strikeout in relief, and here's Beltran. Beltran is over 2 tonight. He is flied out to right field and lined out to left. A soft liner back in the second inning that Anderson put away. At the time, the Wolverines had runners on first and second. They stranded them. They have stranded 5 overall tonight as a fastball misses way up high. Ball 1-2. The right-handed batter, Beltran, hitting .342. He trails just Eastburn in batting average. Although, as he fouls one off here, it's 1-1. Beltran has had 60-some-odd more, 69, I believe, more at-bats than Eastburn has coming into the game. Beltran has been a real bright spot for Utah Valley this season. Patrolling center field, covering a lot of ground out there. Here's a fly ball into right. That's going to fall near the foul line. The speedy Beltran is going to dig for second. A great throw by McGillis. He slides. He's out. McGillis got to that ball so quickly near the foul line, then threw a bullet into the shortstop, Fernland, who tagged out Beltran. You can't fault Beltran for trying to take 2 bags on that one. That's a magnificent play by Eric McGillis in right field.
Well, McGillis on the throw actually even slipped as well. So he not just makes a great throw, but he slipped out there in right field as he made the throw. Still found a way to put it right on the target. And just a great throw there from McGillis. 9 times out of 10, though, Jordan, Michael Beltran beats that out, and he's standing on second there with a double.
Absolutely. As Eastburn fouls one back, it's 0-1 to him. So a single and then a 9-6 putout. Ball was not hit tremendously hard, but perfectly placed down that right field line, and a superb defensive play by the Utes right fielder. A ball in the dirt, 0-1 to, or I beg your pardon, 1 ball and 1 strike to Eastburn as a breaking ball misses low. So base is empty, 2 outs. The Utes still with a 1-run lead. The Wolverines trying to get some runs for their starter Mason Gray. He has been very good. The 1-1 pitch from Austin Moore. And a curveball misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitter. Eastburn singled back in the first inning. He walked in the third. Hit his first home run of the year on Saturday afternoon. The pitch, fastball on the outside corner, and it's called for a strike. 2-2 the count.
They had some tough late movement there on it, where I don't think it appeared to Ryan Eastburn where that pitch was going to end up, because, boy, it ended up in a really nice spot for the hitter Eastburn.
Yeah, that fastball, according to the scouting report, has some arm side run, as they say. As a ball misses, and it's 3-2 to Eastburn. He checked his swing. They appealed to the third base umpire, Brandon Vandermeed, who said he did not go around. So full count. Moore from the windup. He kicks and comes home, and a ball misses high and wide. Eastburn is on base for the third time tonight. So here's Marco. Wolverines with the tying run at first. We got a party in front of the booth tonight. In the row right in front of the booth, front of the booth, we have Clint Berge, one of the sports information directors here at Utah Valley, Jared Sumption, the interim athletic director, and then there's Josh Kalunke. Does Josh have a title? He is a
I mean, I'm trying to think of something. Maybe, I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to come up with something good.
That's right. Part-time broadcaster.
There we go. There we go.
Wolverine fanatic. Actually, Josh does the color for the basketball broadcasts as Marco takes a ball, 1-0. Of course, joins us in the booth from time to time. A throw over to first base. Eastburn back and diving. You know what Josh Kalunke's real title is he's Goose Kalunke's father. Goose, one of the probably the greatest Wolverine to ever play baseball here. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a slow roller, foul on the third base side. 1-1 to Marco as he just got a piece of the Moore fastball. Eastburn is at first base with 2 outs. Marco knocked in the Wolverines' only run back in the first inning. Grounded into a double play in the third. He is 1 for 2. Knight playing him relatively shallow in left field, holding a glove up, shading his eyes. A fastball comes up and in from Moore, and it's 2-1. Two to 1 Utes. Moore in his second inning of relief. He's allowed 2 base runners. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses up high, and it's 3-1. So now Marco can look for a particular pitch and let some shaft out. See if he can untie or put the Wolverines ahead with one swing of the bat. He does have power, leads the Wolverines with 6 home runs this season. A base hit into the gap would most likely tie the game. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball down the left field line, foul. Howell led this inning off with a strikeout. Then Beltran hit one down the right field line, but was thrown out by Miguel as trying for extra bases. So now Eastburn will be off with the pitch. 3-2 the count to Marco. Here it comes. There goes Eastburn. A swing and a pop-up. Shallow left field. Knight gets a late break on it. Sprinting in. The shortstop, Fernlin, gets called off at the last minute, and Knight makes the grab. He did not look comfortable out there battling that setting sun, but he does the job. The Wolverines strand another runner. They have left 6 in this game. No runs in the 5th. We head to inning number 6. It's the Utes 2, the Wolverines 1.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests.
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage, to rise,
to succeed,
to become.
Two to one as we begin the sixth inning in Orem. Mason Gray back out on the mound. He will face the top of the order, Oliver Dunn, Riker Tom, and Eric Miguelas. Oliver Dunn came into the ballgame batting .377. He has been brilliant for the Utes this season. He has struck out twice tonight. The pitch to the left-handed batter. He takes a fastball high and away for ball one. Mason Gray has retired 8 of the last 9 Utes he's faced. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses above the belt, and it's 2-0 to Dunn. Oliver Dunn had an 18-game hitting streak this season. He has put the bat on the ball. There's a little one-hopper to Pays at first. It scoots under his glove, though. He tried to backhand it. That one had some weird spin on it. It gets into shallow right field, and we'll see what they rule that. I believe that's going to be a base hit. So here's Tom, the leadoff man on. You can only keep Dunn off the base paths for so long. It was not a hard hit ball, but just some wacky spin to it. And I think Hayes thought it was going to come up on the one hop, but it stayed low and rolled under the leather. There goes Dunn on the first pitch, and a chopper to shortstop. Howell waits on it, takes the high hop, throws to first to get Tom. The hit and run may have been on there. Either way, with Dunn taking off, he stays out of the double play. So with the one away, there's a man at second. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Incarnate Word leading UT Rio Grande Valley 6-2. That's a surprise. That game in the 7th inning. Seattle beat British Columbia 2-1. That game a final in extra innings. The Red Hawks won that game. They have struggled this season. Purdue beat Chicago State 10-1. Gray throws. The left-handed hitting Miguelas takes a strike on the outside corner. Miguelas is 0 for 2. Get this. Metro State is beating Northern Colorado 5-1. That game in the 5th inning. And CSU Bakersfield has taken a 1-0 lead over UC Riverside. That game in the 2nd inning. Gray set. Dunn dances off second. Now a comebacker right to Gray. He has it, and he has Dunn in a rundown. He throws to third. Matson now runs at the runner to Howell. He'll run back. They have him at third base. Covering is Gray. He provides the tag. And Dunn is retired from the base paths. Miguelas alertly takes second. So it's a wash in that regard. You take Dunn off the base paths. Miguelas at second. I don't know, frankly, who has the better speed between Miguelas and Dunn. I would think it would be Dunn. But who knows? As I hand Ryan our scouting report, see if we can see what the verdict is. Either way, the right-handed hitting Kramer is up with a man in scoring position and 2 outs. That'll go down as a, let's see if I can get this, a 1-5-6-1 fielder's choice. Ball misses, and it's 1-2. Or I beg your pardon, it's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs in the inning. The Utes with a 2-1 lead. The Wolverines have out-hit Utah 6-4 tonight. A base hit here by Kramer would knock in a run. He singled, Kramer did, back in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. The The pitch from Gray. Curveball is chopped foul, a slow roller on the third base side. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, California Baptist leads Cal State Northridge 1-0 in the second inning. Cal and Sacramento State, the Golden Bears and the Hornets, still about a half hour from first pitch in Berkeley. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Kramer takes a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Gray is up around 75 pitches now. Dunn led this inning off with a single. A man in scoring position with 2 outs for Utah, trying to extend their lead. The 2-1 from Gray. Fastball swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Sims throws the mask away. He dives at the last moment, and he made the grab in foul territory. A nice play by Drew Sims. Not an easy play, apparently, but he makes the grab and the inning is over. The Utes get a hit. They leave a man stranded, no runs. On to the last of the 6th. That will be Hayes, Matson, and Polson for the Wolverines. 2-1, Utah.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? It's out for fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports.
Last of the 6th inning, 2-1 Utah. Hayes, Matson, and Polson due up. Utah Valley trying to get something going. They've had base runners. They just have not been able to cash in since the first inning. Austin Moore, the right-handed reliever, back out for his 3rd inning of work. The pitch to Hayes. A swing and a pop-up foul on the first base side. It's going to get out of play. Hayes is 0 for 2 tonight. This is the first time he has faced Austin Moore. Hayes faced Moore last Tuesday, and he was able to walk. 0-1 to him here. A ball stays high and inside from Moore. The fastball, I believe, there. 1-1 the count. Hayes, a right-handed batter, hitting .232, 5 home runs on the year. The 1-1, fastball misses down and away, and it's 2-1. A lefty has begun to get loose in the Utes bullpen. The 2-1 pitch from Moore. A fastball swung on and lifted, just a low little liner down the right field line, foul. Hayes got the end of the bat on it, but just barely a piece. Pretty good crowd on hand on Athlete Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. The 2-2 pitch coming to Hayes. Fastball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. The ball popped out of Kiernan's glove, and I think Hayes, I don't know if he's arguing with the strike call as much as he's arguing with the late call by Blake Jensen. Hayes did not start for first base. It was kind of a delayed strike call by Jensen, although a pretty good-looking pitch. 1 away in the 6th. That is the second strikeout for Moore as Matson takes a ball inside, and it's 1-0. That was an off-speed pitch from Moore. Matson was the first man he faced back in the fourth, and he bounced out to second. A swing and a chopper over the third baseman's head and down the left field line. Matson's going to round first aggressively and then put on the brakes as the throw comes in from Knight, who cut it off near the line. It's a one-out single for Matson. That looked almost exactly like the single that he hit in the ninth inning against New Mexico State that won the ball game for the Wolverines on Friday night. So, once again, Utah Valley has a base runner. Here is Polson with one out. Cade Polson, the DH, is 0 for 2. He's flied out and bounced out. Matson, not a real fast runner. He's held on by Kramer at first. A swing and a liner into left center field. Anderson coming on. He makes the waist-high grab. That one hung up there. And there are two away as Polson's retired on one pitch.
I thought that one was going to tail away more towards the gap, and instead it kind of tailed back in towards the center fielder. But just off the bat, I thought that was going to be more out towards left center.
So it'll be up to Sims. Sims has reached base twice tonight. He singled in the second and walked in the fourth. From the stretch, Moore, now he throws over, checks on Matson. Matson this season has not attempted to steal a base. The freshman out of American Fork, fresh off a Mormon mission to Kennewick, Washington. He's held on by Kramer. The pitch to Sims, and a ball misses down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. A fastball there from Moore missing. Moore has not had tremendous velocity on the fastball tonight. In the mid to upper 80s. The 1-0 pitch. Sims swings and drives that one deep into left center field. On the run, Anderson in the deepest part of the yard. It's gone! Sims with home run number 2, and Utah Valley takes a 3-2 lead. And he gave that one a drive. He took on the deepest part of the ballpark in left center. 427 out there. And he knocked it out of here. That's huge. Finally, the Wolverines come up with a big 2-out base hit. Not just any kind of base hit, a home run.
And really, with how well that Mason Gray's been pitching, you and I have talked about it between innings, Jordan, but with how well Mason Gray's pitching, you'd really like to see him be able to get a little bit of some help and some run support. And now he's going to take them out, I would assume, in the top of the 7th, pitching with a 1-run lead.
Hall takes a fastball up high for ball 1. Moore throws a swing and a chopper foul near the on-deck circle on the third base side. And it's 1-1. And the ball really is, I mean, Sims got all of that one, but to hit it that deep, it helps that the weather is warm. Utah Valley has played the majority of the home games this year in freezing cold temperatures. A slow roller into the hole at short. Fernlund backhands it, and he throws it in the dirt, and it gets by Kramer at first. It caroms off the sidewall and back toward the foul line. So Hall will stay at first, but he reaches. That's a tough play by Fernlund. That ball was not hit real hard. Hall hustling up the line. They have yet to rule that. That's a tough call. A good throw gets Howell on that play. So we'll see if they rule that a base hit or an error. It is an infield hit. And a big hit. That turns the order over. That's Hall's second hit of the night. Boy, if Sims and Hall at the bottom of the order could get the bats going, that could really be a catalyst for this Utah Valley offense as Howell takes the ball down and away, 1-0. Trevor singled to begin this game. He scored the only run for the Wolverines until this inning. He is 1 for 3. He struck out facing Moore back in the 5th. Breaking ball stays inside. 2-0. And Moore is a little frustrated with himself. He snaps at the throwback from Kiernan, now takes a walk. Hall at first base with 2 outs in the inning. 2 runs in for Utah Valley. They lead 3-2. Here comes the pitch and a throw over to first. Back in diving is Hall. A close play, but he's in there safely. Cody Hall has stolen 6 bases this season. He has been caught 3 times. Nick Caviglia, meanwhile, still getting loose in that Utah bullpen, a lefty. From the stretch, Moore with the 2-0. Howell takes an off-speed pitch inside, and it's 3-0. That's either a slider that's not really sliding for Moore or a changeup missing. So we'll see if Howell is taking all the way. 3-0 to him here. Moore pours in a fastball for a called strike, and it's 3-1. And I think Howell was indeed taking all the way. Four Sims on the home run. Those are RBIs, number 19 and 20 on the year. The 3-1 pitch. Howell swings and misses at a low pitch. I think that may have been the slider. And Howell took a mighty cut and went down to one knee, and the count is full. So Cody Hall will be off with the pitch. A ball in the gap would plate a run for the Wolverines. 3-2 to Trevor Howell. A .250 average on the year. 1 homer, 13 RBIs. There goes Hall. A check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Says first base umpire Travis Roberts on appeal. A good at bat from Howell. Runners on first and second now for Beltran. That was a ball low, about shin high. Howell did a nice job of holding up a breaking ball. And here comes Mike Crawford, the pitching coach for the Utes. We'll see if he sticks with Beltran here. Eastburn, a left-handed batter, is on deck. So perhaps Moore will face one more hitter, and then they'll go to the lefty in the pen. We'll see. This trip to the mound brought to you by Pepsi. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi. An update on the out-of-town scoreboard. Grand Canyon has taken a 1-0 lead over the Arizona Wildcats. That game in the top of the 3rd in Tucson. As the home plate umpire Blake Jensen will break up the meeting on the mound. Trying to check out some Pac-12 scores here. Portland and Washington, they're tied 1-1 in Oregon. That game in the 1st. San Jose State is leading number 3 Stanford in Palo Alto. 1-0 the score. That game in the 2nd inning. UC Irvine has put up 5 runs in the 1st inning on the Trojans. 5-0 in LA. So here is Beltran. 2 men on, 2 men out. The pitch to him, and a fastball stays up high for ball 1. Beltran, 1 for 3 tonight. He singled off Moore down the right field line, a little looping liner that fell in, but Magella's, this was back in the 5th inning, made a tremendous play on it, pivoting and throwing into second base, and they got Beltran. And that's quite a feat. Beltran is a very fast runner. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen. Beltran hops around. He was on that fastball. Just missed it. It's 1-1. Beltran, the 7th man to come to the plate in this Wolverine 6th. They lead the Utes 3-2. They took this lead on a 2-run home run in this inning off the bat of Drew Sims. Beltran waving that bat out in front of home plate. He came into this ball game batting .346. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a ground ball into the hole at short. Fernland backhands it, goes the short way to second, and gets the sliding Howell on the force out. That's a nice play by Fernland. A nice feed to Dunn at second base. The Wolverines get 2, though. They take a 3-2 lead. We head to inning number 7 on GoUVU.com.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Mason Gray out for inning number 7. He has been very good, giving up just 2 runs on 4 hits. He will face Moeller, Fernland, and Knight. He has a 3-2 lead, and here with the play-by-play is Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan, as Zach Moeller stands in, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts tonight. Sees a first pitch curveball from Mason Gray that stays above the belt for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count on on Zach Moeller. Mason Gray's on the mound. You don't have balls and strikes when you're pitching on the mound. And the 1-0 pitch misses low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Zach Moeller.
Don't forget, fans, to stick around for a post-game show in which we'll hand out our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com.
The 2-0 pitch in there on the corner for a called strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Moeller. Mason Gray, if he can get this first out in the 7th, he will have a career high in innings pitched here at Utah Valley. There's Moeller with a base hit back up the middle to start the 7th inning for Utah. The tying run for the Utes now on the base pass, and here on the base paths. And Chase Fernland, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Fernland 1 for 2, a single and a ground out. Mason Gray went 6 innings against Niagara last month on March 11th.
He's thrown 79 pitches, so he's getting up there with Pettit, the lefty. Looks to be about ready for Utah Valley in the bullpen if they need him.
Ready to go in the box is Fernland, and Gray ready to go from the stretch. Bunt laid down right in front. Foul called by our home plate umpire. Blake Jensen quickly putting it up. In that start back on March 11th, he threw 101 pitches, so probably somewhere in the range of another 20 or so. And this very easily could be Gray's last inning, depending on how many pitches he goes, unless head coach Eric Madsen decides that he can kind of stretch him out a little bit further later on in the year. But the fact that he hasn't pitched in a couple of weeks, I don't know if you'd really want to push that limit too much. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a bunt laid down. Coming over is Payson Hayes. The second baseman Hall covers first, and there's 1 gone here in the 7th. That does move Zach Moeller, however, down to second base. And with 1 away, here we'll bring up left fielder Briley Knight. Knight walked in the 2nd, came around to score a run, and then struck out back in the 5th. Now, if I remember correctly, that strikeout in the 5th was on 3 pitches, and Eric Madsen's going to come out of the dugout, and I think we may have a pitching change here. The left-hander's ready. You have the left-hander Knight at the plate, and we'll see here if head coach Eric Madsen wants to go lefty versus lefty here. No indication yet right here.
You know, Eric Madsen is not known for his quick hook. He will let guys stay out there and work through some trouble. I think he's asking Mason Gray how he feels, and Gray is upset because they're going to go with Pettit, but Gray will get a nice round of applause from this Wolverine faithful. He should. He was brilliant.
With getting that out on the sacrifice bunt, he does get a new career high in innings pitched here at Utah Valley, going now 6 1/3, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll introduce you to the new left-hander Logan Pettit after the break. It's Utah Valley University Baseball on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU. Inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
New pitcher Logan Pettit on here in the 7th. This will be his 6th appearance on the year. He's thrown just 7 1/3 innings. Given up 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .355 against the lefty. He comes on to face the left-handed hitter, Briley Knight. The last time we saw Pettit was on March 16th against UC Irvine. So it has been a while. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for the lefty Knight. So a little counter move here from Bill Kinneberg. It is the right-handed hitting Isaac DeVoe.
DeVoe stands in the box here with 1 gone and replaces Briley Knight. And so we go, instead of lefty versus lefty, we're going to go lefty versus right-handed hitter. And the first pitch on its way is the curveball that settles in at the knees for a called strike on DeVoe. So DeVoe will move here into the spot for Knight. No balls and a strike to count on DeVoe, and the pitch. Curveball this time on the outside, but misses for a ball. And the count evens up here. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 7th inning. A 3-2 lead for Utah Valley. The Wolverines now getting a right-hander. I think that's Jesse Schmidt warming up down in the Wolverine bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike to count, and Pettit checks the runner at second, comes home, and DeVoe sends this one foul. And we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Isaac DeVoe. We haven't seen Logan Pettit pitch since the UC Irvine series back in March. So it's been a little while since we've seen Pettit ready to go. He's warmed up a little bit since then. We saw him warm up over the weekend. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, and DeVoe down on strikes. And there's 2 away, a good, nasty curveball there. And there's 1 away here, or there's 2 away here in the 7th, and that brings up the catcher, Jaden Kiernan. So Pettit trying to work through the 7th here with 2 outs and now a runner on, the tying run for the Utes. Running out at second base in Zach Mueller. And the man with the 2 RBIs for the Utes at the plate here. The 2-run double back in the 2nd gave Utah a 2-1 lead, and the pitch missing low for a ball, and it moves to 1 ball and no strikes here on Kiernan.
For Logan Pettit, man, you really want to keep this lead, especially for Mason Gray, who pitched so well. Gave up the leadoff single to begin this inning. Mueller at second base now.
That run out at second base does belong to Mason Gray. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's not a high-velocity fastball at 93 miles an hour, but placed perfectly up and in, jamming Kernan. There is nothing he can do with that pitch.
1 ball and 1 strike on Kernan. Kernan hitting .350 on the year, 7 hits and 20 at-bats. And the pitch on its way, curveball right on the outside corner. This one settles in on a nice spot for a strike 2, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not much that Kernan could do right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 gone. Left-hander appears ready in the bullpen for Utah, maybe for the bottom of the 7th inning. The 1-2 pitch, and that one looked good, but maybe just a little bit high and away. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sun setting above Utah Lake. As night begins to fall here a little bit in the city of Orem. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Pettit looks in, and the 2-2 pitch on its way is swung on and lifted down the right field line. Marco coming over. It is going to fall. Coming around third and scoring from second is Mueller, and we're tied at 3, the 3rd RBI of the night for Kernan, and it's a 3-3 game here in the 7th. Not the hardest hit baseball that we've seen hit, but this one just found the right spot down that right field line to sit. And a nice job there from Utah to figure out a way to tie the ball game. And here's Chandler Anderson now with 2 away. The tough part that's going to really haunt Eric Madsen and the pitching staff for Utah Valley, all 3 runs tonight have came with 2 outs in the inning. Pettit, the left-hander, ready to go as he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses high and away for ball 1. We can close the book on Mason Gray. He goes 6 1/3 innings tonight, 5 hits, 3 runs, all which will end up being earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Did it on 89 pitches. Chandler Anderson 0 for 2 has flown out to left and has grounded out to short. And Pettit kicks and delivers this one right on the outside corner for a called strike. And it evens the count up here at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, Anderson has come to the plate tonight in that 9th spot twice with 2 outs in the inning, and he has been retired each time. Those are big outs because you have Oliver Dunn, the stud for the Utes, on deck.
Here's the 1-1 pitch about ready to come home to Anderson, and he grounds this one right back up the middle for a base hit. Kernan will take a turn at second and will hold as Beltran makes the play in, and Utah now the leading run sitting out at second base here with 2 gone in the 7th. And now, just like Jordan was mentioning, you have to face Oliver Dunn here in a key situation, and we're going to have a pinch runner come in for Utah. That is going to be number 5. That is Isaac Cruz, who's going to come in to run out at second base for Kiernan. So that should let you know where Bill Kinneberg sits on this ball game here. With 1 out or 2 outs in the 7th and the leading run in scoring position, he removes his starting catcher from the ball game and puts in, I'm assuming, somebody with more speed as the first pitch misses low and away for ball 1 to Oliver Dunn.
It is an interesting move in that with 2 outs and that man at second base, even if he's a slow runner on a base hit to the outfield, he should score anyway.
It shows really the confidence that he has in Oliver Dunn's ability here. Dunn hitting .376 on the season. Ready to go, the pitch on its way. A fastball catches the middle in for a called strike, and it evens the count up at 1-1. Dunn on the year with 15 doubles, 3 home runs, and 3 triples for this Utah team. has been pretty much in the leadoff spot all year, the junior from Salt Lake City. Swings and lines this one to center. Beltran going back. He'll get under it. He'll make the catch, and the inning's over. However, Utah able to get the tying run across. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 3 between Utah and Utah Valley here on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
We're in the back really cooking food. You know, we take pride in all the food that we do. We make the meatballs from scratch. We make the pasta. What we're doing as a restaurant, making the community better, beautifying the community, increasing the culture in the community. And I think that that's such an important aspect to what we do as a restaurant, to recognize that our customers aren't just people who are coming in to dine with us, but they're part of our family.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at UCCU Ballpark. We have some changes in the field and a new pitcher. And to sort those changes out, we'll send it over to Jordan Bianucci.
Well, first let's take a look at the new left-hander on the mound. It is Nick Caviglia, the lefty. This is just his second appearance all season long. He went 3 innings in that appearance, gave up 2 runs, 2 walks on 2 strikeouts. Some other changes, Rowan, the new catcher, that is Chris Rowan behind the plate. Anderson moves from center to left, and coming in to play center field, we've seen a lot of him throughout the years. It is Dominic Foscalina, the junior.
So a very good speed entering the game in center field. And the first pitch to Ryan Eastburn is away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Caviglia will take over here on the mound, and he's ready to go here with the 1-0 pitch. And this one inside and tight. Eastburn turns out of the way for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. A right-hander beginning to throw down in the Utah bullpen. So not sure how long we'll see Caviglia tonight. However, in a 3-3 ball game, who knows? Here's the 2-0 pitch to Ryan Eastburn. That one misses high, ball 3. And the count moves to 3-0 on Eastburn, who has a single and a walk on the night.
Caviglia, the 6-foot freshman out of Fresno, California. Taking a look at, he just has that 1 appearance this season. It was against Arizona State. Is that right? Yeah, this past weekend.
Here's the 3-0 pitch to Eastburn. That one missing, ball 4. And Ryan Eastburn aboard here to start the 7th inning for Utah Valley, the leading run on the base paths. And that's a good at-bat from Ryan Eastburn.
Yeah, and those are just 4 mistakes from Caviglia. That is not obviously what you wanted to do coming in a tie game to the left-handed batter that you've been brought in to really face.
Eastburn's officially 1 for 1 with the base hit he had in the first, and then he's walked 3 other times. Here's Alexander Marco. He hasn't been as fortunate tonight as Eastburn as he takes the first pitch away for ball 1. He walked back in the first, grounded out into a double play in the third, and then flew out in the 5th. We'll have a time call as Shea Kramer will come over and talk here with the left-hander on the mound. So this one could come down to the bullpens tonight as to which one can pitch more consistent and maybe which offense can get that timely hit. That's something Utah Valley found a way to do over the weekend against New Mexico State. Didn't hit the ball terribly hard all over the place, just found the right holes and gaps to get those runs across. Caviglia ready to go with the 1-0 pitch, and that one right on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count moves to 1-1 strike on Alexander Marco. Ryan Eastburn being held on over at first by Shea Kramer. With the left-hander Caviglia on the mound, Eastburn's going to have to maybe stay a step closer to first base than he would normally. Here's the pitch. That one low and blocked in the dirt there by Rowan, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Alexander Marco. Caviglia, the left-hander, will be ready to go here. And the pitch in there for a called strike, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Alexander Marco. For Utah Valley, a big opportunity for the Wolverines here. If they could find a way to start the week off by maybe getting a win over Utah, that might set the table well for this weekend at CSU Bakersfield. And Marco pops this one up into shallow center field. Foscalina comes running in, loses the cap, and makes the catch for the first out here in the 7th inning. And here is first baseman Payson Hayes. For Utah Valley this weekend, going to CSU Bakersfield, with the way the current WAC standings are looking, CSU Bakersfield just behind Chicago State. And when you look at those standings right here, it's kind of a logjam. Utah Valley with a 1-game lead, over Chicago State and CSU Bakersfield. They don't play the Roadrunners and the Cougars until the final weekend of the season. The pitch on its way, and Hayes swings and misses. No balls and a strike. Chicago State hosting Grand Canyon this weekend, so you would think that would be a good opportunity if Utah Valley could kind of spread the gap a little bit between them and in the 5 spot when it comes to conference tournament rankings, and then the number 6 spot. Stepping off the mound, Eastburn back to the bag. Fortunately for the Wolverines right now, coming in 6 games back of first place. Northern Colorado and Seattle, they're only 8 back as Hayes chases one off the outside corner and swings and misses. So really, you think of it, a bad weekend for any team right now, and you could go from being in that tournament field to being out. No balls and 2 strikes, the count on Payson Hayes. The left-hander ready to go on the mound. Caviglia working from the stretch. Eastburn with a conservative lead over at first base. And the pitch on its way. Fastball off the plate for a ball. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Payson Hayes. Hayes with 2 strikeouts and a flyout tonight for the Wolverines.
Zach McCleve is up in the bullpen for the Utes. He has really been the closer this season for Utah. And the Wolverines saw him last Tuesday night. In a tie game, he is getting loose.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way. Fastball misses outside, and the count will now even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Wolverines had Jesse Schmidt warming up, but their bullpen is now quiet, meaning that it may be Logan Pettit's game when we start the 8th inning. And that definitely appears, with nobody getting loose, that's the way it's going to be.
And it may be depending on what the Wolverines do here in this inning.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch on its way, and Hayes swings and hits this one into left center field. Foscalina a few steps, however, to his left. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 gone. And that will bring up Mick Madsen. Madsen 1 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a single, and he came around to score back on the home run from Drew Sims in the 6th. For Utah Valley, this marks the second to last midweek contest. The Wolverines won't play another midweek game until Washington State on May 14th to close out the home schedule. Caviglia throws over, diving back as Ryan Eastburn. The Cougars having a very tough season up in Pullman. Marty Lee's squad having a tough time in the Pac-12 this year.
Yeah, they're currently in 11th place and last place in the Pac-12.
First pitch to Mick Madsen. He swings and misses at the curveball, and it's no balls and a strike.
Well, a ball in the gap with 2 outs should score Eastburn from first. So Madsen looking to give the Wolverines the lead here. He has been the hero of late.
Here's the pitch. Madsen rolls this one over, foul, over towards the Utah Valley dugout, and Madsen quickly down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Madsen did not play in last week's contest up at Utah. Paul Estrada started at third base, and Payson Hayes was the DH. No balls and 2 strikes the count here on Mick Madsen. And the 0-2 pitch on its way, reached for it and rolls it softly to short. Up with it is the shortstop, Fernlund, who touches second base, and the inning is over. We head to the 8th. We're tied at 3 between Utah and Utah Valley.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Top of the 8th inning here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. 2, 3, and 4. Tom Magellas and Kramer coming up against left-hander Logan Pettit. And with the play-by-play is Jordan Bianucci.
Pettit, the lefty, working from the windup. Bases empty to start the inning, as is by rule. A ball misses outside, a breaking ball, and it's 1-0. Tom tonight is 0 for 3. He has bounced out twice and flied out to center. Pettit just trying to keep this game tied. The 1-0 pitch. A curveball in there for a called strike 1 at the knees. Riker Tom on the season hitting .323. He's hitting .556 when leading off the inning. The 1-1 to him. Fastball misses down and away. Not a real high velocity fastball. Just that one at 82 miles an hour from Pettit, who we have not seen in over a month. He came in last inning. He did give up a couple singles, one of which brought in a run that tied the game for the Utes. This one's in the dirt. Takes a bounce off of, that may have caught Sims in the throat up near the chest. And Blake Jensen, the home plate umpire, is going to give him a minute. Brush off the plate. The count is 3-1.
Those are dangerous balls we've seen here, even in the local area over the last week. Balls that bounce up and hit the catcher, and those can cause some problems really quick.
The 3-1 pitch, way up high, a fastball knocked close from Pettit, and he walks the leadoff man. And the go-ahead run is on base for the Utes. So a mistake by Pettit to begin this 8th inning. And here is Magellas.
And this is the tough part, Jordan, that's how important that run in the top of the 7th was. If you had a 1-run lead here, while that runner on first base matters in the ball game, it takes a little bit less of the pressure off Logan Pettit a little bit here. But right now, Jordan, there's no room for a mistake with Magellas coming to the plate.
Indeed. Lefty versus lefty. We'll see if Magellas lays down a bunt. The pitch, he does not. He takes a mighty hack and fouls it back and out of play. A breaking ball from Pettit. And it's 0-1. Magellas hitting .333 coming into the ballgame. 6 homers, 34 RBIs. He was looking to hit one out of the park there. A man on, nobody out. 3-3 our score. The pitch coming from Pettit. Fastball misses down and away, and it's 1-1. Jesse Schmidt, the right-hander, still getting loose in the Utah Valley bullpen. We'll see with Miguel as being the last left-handed hitter for a while in this lineup if Matson sticks with Pettit no matter what after this batter. A fastball misses outside, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Riker Tom is at first base. He represents the go-ahead run. Nobody out. Miguel is a slightly open stance, bent at the knees. The 2-1 pitch to him. Way outside and in the dirt, not close, and it's 3-1.
And in fact, Jordan, looking down this Utah lineup now, I think the only left-handed hitters are Dunn and McGillis, because you removed Knight, who was a left-handed hitter, but now, so I don't know really if you'd want to stick with Pettit to face a whole group of right-handers like that.
Especially when he looks uncomfortable on the mound right now. 3-1 pitch. A swing and a high fly ball. Right field, shallow right. Marco coming in. He makes the catch. Jeez, Marco never gave any indication that he saw that baseball. In fact, Hall, the second baseman, kept pointing up to it. And Marco just, he did not look comfortable. But he makes the play, and there's 1 away. And indeed, here comes Eric Matson. We will have a pitching change as Pettit gets Miguelas on a 3-1 pitch. Boy, Miguelas took a mighty hack, but he got under it. So with 1 out, the go-ahead run at first base in the 8th inning, it will be the right-hander Jesse Schmidt, the closer for Utah Valley. He will be called upon to pitch here in the 8th with a man on and a man out. We will take a brief break on GoUVU and come back with his numbers. 3-3 our score in Orem.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU. Inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Early. The right-handed hitter Kramer stepping up to the plate with the go-ahead run at first and 1 out in the 8th. Schmidt into his stretch. Now he throws over to first.
Jesse Schmidt on the year, 3-5, making his 15th appearance with a 5.40 ERA, has 4 saves, has gone 20 innings, allowed 16 hits, 12 earned runs, 11 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .225 off the right-hander.
Kramer 1 for 3 tonight. Schmidt again a throw over to first. Oh, and they almost got him. Boy, Tom nearly got picked off there. He has only stolen 1 base this season, just 1 attempt. Kramer steps out, takes a look at the third base umpire. Now he has what he wants. A man on, a man out in the 8th. 3-3 our score. Schmidt set. Here it comes. And a breaking ball misses away for ball 1. Kramer's hit came back in the 4th inning. A single up the middle. Utah put 2 up in the second and 1 in the top of the 7th. Utah Valley with 1 in the first and 2 in the last of the 6th. The pitch, a swing and a foul tip. Wow. Kramer took about as aggressive of a swing as you could possibly do there. Man. But he was not expecting the breaking ball. He was way out in front of it. That was a violent swing. The 1-1 pitch coming to him. Kramer with no home runs on the year. Another throw to first base. Tom back in diving. Tom walked to lead off this inning. Then Logan Pettit, the lefty, got Miguelas to pop up. The last time we saw Schmidt was this weekend, Friday night against New Mexico State. He put up 2 scoreless innings and got the win in that game. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kramer chased a breaking ball that was low and away, not close, and it's 1-2. Jesse Schmidt would love a ground ball to his second or baseman or shortstop, even to his third baseman here. Just a double play ball to try and get out of this inning. Moeller is on deck. Utes 3, Wolverines 3 in the late innings. The 1-2 pitch misses low and away. It looked like a slider from Jesse Schmidt, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt bent at the waist. He peers in. Hayes holding on the runner at first. Sims drops the sign. The 2-2 to Kramer. And a ball misses down and away, a fastball. Not real close, and the count is full. So now we'll see Bill Kinneberg could possibly put Tom in motion. There is just 1 out in the inning, though. Kramer again receives the signs from the third base coach. A big pitch in this ball game. The 3-2 on the way. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. The throw down to second. The runner took off, and Hall did a nice job breaking out in front of second base and keeping that ball from sailing into center field. That was not a good throw from Sims, and perhaps Kramer's swing took him across home plate, and Sims did not have a real clean target in front of him. And I don't have a replay, so I don't think that was close to interference or anything like that, but that may have possibly affected his throw. But a big strikeout for Schmidt, 2 away in the inning, but the tying run now is in scoring position. Moeller is at the plate. He singled back in the 7th inning. He is 1 for 3. A base hit. I say the tying run. The base hit puts the Utes ahead. I beg your pardon. A fastball right there on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Moeller, the designated hitter, a junior who came into the ball game batting .254. 3 big flies, 26 men batted home, I beg your pardon. Righty versus righty. The 1-strike pitch. Moeller takes a slider down and away, and it's 1-1. Riker Tom is at second base. He led this inning off with a walk. Schmidt set the 1-1. Ooh, an off-speed pitch floats up there at 68 miles an hour, and Moeller takes it at the belt, called for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Schmidt ready. The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a pop-up. He jammed him. Right side of the infield. Will it be Hall, the second baseman? It will be, as he treads back in shallow right field, and the inning is over. What a job by Jesse Schmidt. And we go to the last of the 8th inning. The Utes 3, the Wolverines 3 on GoUVU.com.
Let's do this. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. With a purpose on the mission, you get to what you deserving. If it's worth it, you be on straight and narrow instead of swerving. Ignore the dream killers and doubters, cause they ain't perfect.
Damn, still a lot of doubters out there. What do you want to tell them?
Thank you for the motivation.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Tie game. Last of the 8th inning. Cade Polson, Drew Sims, and Cody Hall, the bottom third of Utah Valley's order, due up facing the lefty Nick Caviglia in his second inning of work. Polson looking for his first base hit of the night. He hit a liner into left center field in the 6th that Foscalina, or rather it would have been Anderson, was able to track down at the time. Sims, who is on deck, hit a 2-run home run that at the time gave the Wolverines the lead in the 6th inning. Utah, though, came back with 1 run of their own in the top of the 7th to tie the ball game. So from the windup, Caviglia facing the right-handed hitting Polson. The first pitch, a slider in on the inside corner for a called strike 1. That's a good-looking pitch from Nick Caviglia. Some nice movement in on the right-handed batter. Polson with 1 home run on the year. He's hitting .250. From the windup, Caviglia comes home and a fastball misses away, and the count is even at 1-1. The Utes are deep and straight away in the outfield. The 1-1 pitch to Polson. A swing and a looping liner down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to go into the corner. Playing the carom. Anderson up with it. Polson digging for second. The throw. He's safe. A leadoff double for Cade Polson. And the go-ahead run is at second base with nobody out. So here is Sims. And now we are going to have a pitching change. Caviglia's night is over. I believe that is Crawford, the pitching coach, coming out. And I believe we will have Zach McCleve, Utah's closer for much of this season, come into the game. He was the right-hander who was up in the bullpen, and that is indeed Zach McCleve coming in. So Caviglia pounds his glove, frustrated as he gave up the leadoff double to Polson. We'll take a break on GoUVU and come back with McCleve's numbers. The Wolverines have the go-ahead run at second base with nobody out, 3-3 here in the 8th.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you. Place for you at UVU. Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
to become.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Utah Valley threatening with a leading run, sitting out at second base in Cade Polson. Utah will, however, make a pitching change. The new pitcher will be Zach McCleve. McCleve 1-3 on the year with a 3.82 ERA, making his 20th appearance. He's got 3 saves for Utah. He's gone 30 innings, allowed 29 hits, 16 runs, 13 which have been earned. 19 walks to 22 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .250. However, something to keep in mind, he's had 5 wild pitches on the year, 2 balks, and then it looks like 1 hit by pitch. So got to watch out for some of the control problems there right now.
He pitched a clean 9th inning in Salt Lake City last Tuesday, a 9th inning against the Wolverines. This is the first time he has faced Sims, at least this season. The pitch to the right-handed batter. A swing and a ground ball, squirting. It's diving is done. He comes up with it and throws to first and just gets Sims. As I struggle with present and past tense. Taking third, though, a productive out by Sims. Now the Wolverines have Polson at third, and they do not need a hit to take the lead, and the infield will come in for the Utes. Here is Hall. So a productive out by Drew Sims. Hall has had a nice night. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. McCleve from the stretch. Polson with average speed at third base. A fly ball to medium deep outfield should put the Wolverines ahead. 3-3 in the 8th, 1 out. McCleve set at the belt. The pitch, and it's low and away. That looked like the fastball from McCleve, moving away from the right-handed hitter, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count. Here it comes. Fastball right there on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Well, I was in the elevator last Tuesday up in Salt Lake City at Smith's Ballpark before the game, and a little guy rode the elevator up with me, and he's in his Utes gear, probably 9, 10, 11, and he had all these baseball cards. He goes, "You want a baseball card?" I said, "Absolutely." He gave me Zach McCleve's baseball card. And I go, "Do you know Zach?" "My big brother, yeah." So if you're listening, I still have the card. Zach McCleve's little brother. There's a bloop into shallow left. In comes Polson, and the Wolverines take the lead. That one, in fact, didn't even get out of the infield, near the lip of the grass. If the Utes have the infield back, that's an easy grab for Fernland, but a nice job by Hall. He got jammed, but put it into play. And he picks up the RBI single, and Utah Valley has a 4-3 lead in the 8th.
Good things happen when you put the ball in play, Jordan, and right there, nice job for Utah Valley to just find a way, and that's one of those clutch timely hits that we've talked about that we've been waiting all year for Utah Valley to come up with.
Here is Trevor Howell, top of the order. The pitch, he shows bunt. Bunts it off to the left side of the pitcher's mound. McCleve comes off the mound, and there's a miscommunication. Nobody picks it up. And Howell will take first. Hall will take second.
And right now, Jordan, if you're Utah Valley, what you'd really like to see here is you'd like to see Utah Valley maybe add a run or two here, just to kind of give Jesse Schmidt something to work with, where if something happens where Utah pushes a run across, it doesn't tie the ball game back up.
Absolutely, and you have Michael Beltran, the heart of the order, coming up here. Beltran, the right-handed hitter, looking for his second hit of the night. McCleve set the pitch. And a fastball catches the outside corner. And it's 0-1 to Beltran. Well, also, just to recognize this, at the bottom of the order, Sims with the ground out with a man at second base. Turns out that helps the Wolverines take the lead, as Utah had to bring the infield in, and that allowed that ball to fall off the bat of Hall. The 0-1 pitch, Beltran swings and lifts one into shallow right field. Over to his left, Miguelas, he makes the grab near the foul line, and they're 2 away. So Eastburn will bat, a left-handed hitter. He's had a nice night, reached base. All 4 times he has come to the plate, 3 walks and a single. The bottom of the order for the Wolverines has been terrific tonight. In fact, they have accounted for 3 of the Wolverines' 4 runs. 4-3, Utah Valley leading in the bottom of the 8th. 2 men on, 2 men out. Eastburn trying to add on. McCleve ready. Checks the runner at second, now comes home, and a fastball misses high and away for ball 1. For the Utes, in the 9th, it will be Fernland, Foscalina, and Rowan. Eastburn, the left fielder for the Wolverines, the 1-0 pitch. In there for a called strike on the outside corner. Hall is at second base. He singled. Howell reached on a bunt. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Eastburn. Hitting .364. 1 homer. The 0-1. Fastball misses low and away. Not a terrible pitch, but a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike as McCleve steps off the mound, looks to his shortstop Fernland, who puts on a variety of signs, changing up the sequence that Rowan will now put between his legs. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Men on first and second, 2 outs in the 8th. 4-3 Wolverines. Here it comes. A swing and a high fly ball into left center field. Foscalina on his horse. That's going to get down. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Howell. He will score. And the Wolverines take a 6-3 lead. A huge 2-out double for Ryan Eastburn. And here is Marco. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the top of the 9th, but boy, those 2 extra runs help Eric Matson and the Wolverines breathe a little bit easier.
Well, you have to remember, too, for Utah, there's 2 of those spots coming up in the 9th for Utah are players who came in as defensive replacements who haven't had at-bats in the ball game. So they're going to be coming in to freshen the ball game in a key spot.
A fastball misses outside to Marco, ball 1. Not close there from McCleve. He's got to bear down right here and keep this game within reach for the Utes. Talk about timely hitting, something that the Wolverines have struggled with at times this year. They have had it here in the 8th inning tonight. A 1-0 fastball just catches the outside corner at the knees, and it's 1-1. McCleve, a freshman out of West Valley, went to Cypress High School. Marco, a right-handed hitter at the plate. He singled in the Wolverines' first run back in the first. He is 1 for 4. The pitch, a fastball misses up high, maybe a bit off the outside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. This inning all began with a Polson double. Sims then advanced him to third base on a ground out to the right side, then 2 singles, a fly out, and a 2 RBI double for Ryan, who stands at second. The 2-1 pitch to Marco. Fastball in at the knees, called for strike 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesse Schmidt will be the right-hander, the closer for Utah Valley, trying to pick up the win in the top of the 9th. 6-3 Utah Valley. 2 outs, a man at second. The 2-2 pitch to Marco. And it misses down and away. And the count runs full. That's a fastball from McCleve, tailing away from the right-handed hitter, and he has not had great command of that pitch tonight. Here comes the payoff. Marco swings and foul tips it into the glove of Rowan, and the inning is over. However, Utah Valley takes the lead. They score 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave a man at second. On to the 9th. Schmidt, the right-hander, back out on the mound, will try to close it out. 6-3, Utah Valley leads Utah on GoUVU.com.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart. Let me.
Fernland, Foscalina, and Rowan due up for Utah in the 9th, 6, 7, and 8. Foscalina and Rowan do not have an at-bat yet tonight. They came in as defensive replacements in the 7th inning. 6-3, Utah Valley. Jesse Schmidt from the windup in his 2nd inning of work, and he delivers a strike right there on the outside corner. Looked like a changeup from Schmidt. Fernland singled and scored a run back in the 2nd. The one strike offering a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is even at 1-1. The Utes need base runners, trailing by 3 in the 9th. Here it comes. A 1-1 is swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Hayes over near the wall. He makes the grab, and there's one down. A big out for Schmidt, not allowing that base runner, that leadoff man, to reach. So here's Foscalina on the year. He is hitting .242. The first pitch to him, a fastball. I say a fastball, changeup missed inside, ball 1. Foscalina started the game in center field last Tuesday. He did not have an official at-bat. He walked once and then was removed from the game for a defensive replacement. And now here's ball 2, and Schmidt has fallen behind, the right-handed batter. 1 out, base is empty. The pitch, a fastball poured in there on the inner half at the knees, and it's 2-1. From the windup with the bases empty. Fastball called for a strike right at the knees, and it's 2-2. Schmidt working quickly here in the 9th. 6-3, Utah Valley. Trying to get their first win in the last 5 games against the Utes. A ball misses up high, and now the count is full. Another off-speed pitch from Schmidt. We'll see what he comes with here. He does not want to walk. Foscalina with a 3-run lead, the 3-2. A swing and a shot. It bounces up over the diving Hall and into right center field. That ball was tattooed. And Foscalina reaches with 1 out. And here is Rowan. And we will have a pinch hitter for Rowan, a left-handed batter. It's going to be Tyler Thompson. So the pitch to him, he takes a curveball for strike 1. Thompson has had just 15 at-bats this year. He is 2 for 15. One man on, one man out. A curveball misses down low, and it's 1-1. Utah Valley ahead by 3 here in the 9th as they throw over to keep the runner close. It's interesting, Hayes is holding on the runner at first with the Wolverines' 3-run lead and a left-handed batter at the plate. A fastball in the dirt smothered by Sims. That's a nice stop behind home plate. And it's 2-1. I say that because Foscolina's run doesn't mean a whole lot. You have a 3-run lead in the 9th inning, and with a left-handed batter, especially at the plate, that opens up a huge hole on that right side. You do want to keep the double play in order. A swing and a miss, and that one caught Sims. I'm not sure if it was the backswing or the baseball, but that looked like it caught him again in the upper chest. That's the second time tonight he's been nicked in that area. And the athletic trainer, Beeve Levitt, is going to come out and check on him.
Yeah, that's where Sims is kind of holding up by his neck area, kind of just to the right there. I think that ball kind of came up again and kind of caught him up there. And so that's the tough part right here. It looks like he's going to stay in the game, but that's the second time he's taken. You have to be careful, especially as a catcher, Jordan. You can't get up there into that collarbone area. That's a really tough spot as a catcher specifically, because you're so vulnerable to taking a ball up there.
The 2-2 pitch. Thompson takes, called strike 3, a curveball on the corner. The outside part of the plate froze him. And there are 2 down in the 9th.
Now batting for the Utes, number 16, center fielder Chandler Anderson.
So it's up to Chandler Anderson. He needs to reach base for the tying run to come to the plate for the Utes. The tying run would be Oliver Dunn, so this is a huge at-bat in this game. The pitch to Anderson. A curveball right there at the knees on the outer half, called for strike 1. I say that because Anderson came into the ballgame batting 193 in the 9 spot, and Dunn, of course, came in batting 377. He's on deck. A curveball misses off the inside, and it's 1-1. 6-3, Utah Valley leading in the top of the 9th inning. A man at first base, 2 outs. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball knee high on the outer half, and the Utes are down to their final strike. After the giving up the single to Foscolina, Schmidt has really looked sharp. 1-2 to Anderson. He is 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Here it comes from Schmidt. A swing and a slow chopper towards short. Howell plays the high hop. He goes to first. He's safe. Anderson hustling up the line, just beat it out. Howell did everything he could. And now things get interesting. Oliver Dunn, a left-handed batter, will come to the plate representing the tying run. Dunn has 3 home runs this year and 20 RBIs. Tonight he's just 1 for 4. Schmidt from the stretch. Here it comes. Fastball, a perfect pitch on the black. Outside corner, strike 1. The outfield deep and straight away for Utah Valley. And now Trevor Howell, the shortstop, is going to come in and have a quick meeting with Jesse Schmidt. Foscolina is at second base. He's singled. Anderson is at first. The pitch to Dunn. A curveball misses below the knees, and the count is even at 1-1. Dunn, his average at 373 currently. Marco just maybe a step in front of the track in right field. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike on the inside, and it's 1-2. Sims set up on the outside corner there. That ball broke on the inside, and Blake Jensen gave Schmidt the call. 2 men on, 2 men out in the 9th. The tying run at the plate for the Utes. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Schmidt ready. Here it comes. Swing and a miss! And Utah Valley wins it. They break the skid against the University of Utah. Schmidt comes on in the 9th. Comes on in the 8th. He gets a 5-out win after Utah Valley scores 3 in the last of the 8th to take the lead. So these two clubs end up splitting a 2-game season series in 2019. We will take a break on GoUVU.com. We will come back with our post-game show and the final totals. The final score, once again, Utah Valley 6, Utah 3. We'll be back after this.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Back here at UCCU Ballpark, Utah Valley beats Utah by a final of 6-3. Jordan Bianucci with you. Ryan Pickens in the booth here. And Ryan, the Wolverines, that was just a very nicely played ball game. And it hasn't happened a lot this year, but the offense, timely hitting, great pitching, it all came together tonight.
Yeah, and you kind of wondered a little bit after the New Mexico State series with how even Utah Valley played the Aggies over the weekend, especially coming into Friday and Saturday. I kind of wondered if we might see Utah Valley maybe have a little bit more of a competitive edge with Utah tonight. And really, you found a way. We weren't really sure. I made the comment too, I think back in the third, or probably somewhere between the second and fourth inning, if we can get Mason Gray to get through 4, I'll be extremely happy, and much less Mason Gray goes all 6. But then once again, when the adversity came tonight, Utah ties the game. Utah Valley did not sit back and go, okay, things haven't gone well so far, and now here we go again. They stayed in there. They did what they had to do to get a really hard-fought in-state victory. And these in-state games, Jordan, are crucial for a number of different reasons, but just kind of that in-state pride. It's a big win tonight for Utah Valley.
It is a nice win. They split the series with the Utes on this season. Tonight the pitching was really great all the way around. The bullpen, Logan Pettit and Jesse Schmidt come on in the late innings. They blank the Utes. But tonight, our Wilkinson's Trophy player of the game is Mason Gray, the starter, who went 6 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs. He gave up, I think, just 2, but coming on, no, he did. He gave up 3 earned runs, I beg your pardon. But he put the Wolverines in a position to win the game. He did not get the win tonight, but he was tremendous.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were talking about. We saw Mason Gray pitch really well against Niagara, and we kind of started to see maybe that light kind of switch from being a good pitcher in high school to getting to the college level, and we've kind of seen sparks of that. But I think tonight we saw him go up against a Pac-12 team and show that, hey, I can pitch well, and I think that's going to give Eric Madsen an additional tool, hopefully, during the next 3 or 4 weeks, because now that you don't have these midweek games, you have that one with Washington State looming. It kind of gives Eric Madsen an additional arm now. If somebody starts to get in trouble or you get into an extra inning ball game, hopefully you can look to go to a guy like a Mason Gray to give you a few more innings or just come up with some big outs in the bullpen. No head coach or manager is going to complain if they have more good arms ready to go in the bullpen.
No, so we should say Mason Gray is our Wilkinson's Trophy player of the game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. We'll take a look at the final totals. Utah Valley with 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors. Utah with 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error in the field. Utah Valley, they left 7 men on base, but ultimately they left 10 men on base, I beg your pardon. So, again, there are improvements that can be made. The Utes left 7 men on the base paths. The Wolverines improved to 10-30. They finally get that 10th win of the season. Utah falls to 12-22. The time of the ball game was 2 hours and 52 minutes. The official attendance, 888. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Utah Valley now goes on the road for a very important series at CSU Bakersfield. That game will begin at 7 p.m. this Friday night. You can follow that by clicking on the link on GoUVU.com and follow the Wolverines in Bakersfield. The next home game will not be until May 10th, a 4-game home stand that will conclude baseball here at UCCU Ballpark for the Wolverines. For my partner, Ryan Pickens, I am Jordan Bianucci saying good night from Orem. Once again, the final score, Utah Valley 6, Utah 3.